So, if you were a little girl in the 1980s, you probably had one or two of these, if not more. Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to share with you a vintage My Little Pony thrift haul. Yep, that's me about 34 years ago. I was pretty much obsessed with My Little Ponies ever since they came out. So I happened to go into Goodwill one day, and I spotted a bag on one of the top shelves, and it said ponies, $4.98. So I checked it out, and I quickly realized that these were vintage 1980s My Little Ponies, and I was like, wow, I hit the jackpot. I always wanted to find some more of the original ponies just to have as a keepsake to remind me of my childhood. So I did spend about an hour cleaning these up and brushing their hair and just getting the grime off of them. So now I'm going to show you all 16 ponies that were in the bag. So the first pony is Baby Lickety-Split, and this was from the first Tooth Pony series, and I actually had this one, and she's so cute, and she came with most of her accessories, as you can see here. The next pony is Baby Firefly. So as a child, I remember having this one as well as the adult version of Firefly. This one was one of my favorites. The next one is Baby Moon Dancer, and this one's a little bit faded. The cutie mark on her butt here has kind of faded off, but she's still pretty cute. The next one is Baby Star Ember, and this one's in really good condition. And this was one that I did not have as a kid, so I was happy to find this one. So this next one is pretty interesting. It's from the My Little Pony Fairytale Bird series, and it's got a really long tail, as you can see, and it did come with the perch that it sits on. So the next two I'm going to show you are exactly the same, and this is Sky Dancer, and I do remember having this one as a kid. So this next one is pretty interesting. It's from the Big Brother series, and it's the train conductor. And as you can see by his feet here, I think he's supposed to be one of those Clydesdale horses. And as you can see, most of his accessories are with him. He's got his bandana and his hat. So the next two ponies are from the So Soft series, and I have Paradise and Posy here. And they have like this texture on them, so they're pretty soft and fuzzy. The next pony is pretty interesting. This is the Twinkle Eyes pony, and this is Whizzer. And as you can see, her eyes are like a jewel and they sparkle a little bit. The next pony is Love Melody, and she's got a pretty interesting design going across pretty much all of her body here. So the next one I'm going to show you is probably the oldest one in the bag. This one has a stamp date of 1982, and this is Peachy. The next one is Moon Dancer, and I did have this one as a child. The next pony is from the Flutter Wings series, and this is Honeysuckle. She's actually missing her wings. As you can see here, there's like a little button on her back. There was some really thin plastic wings that you would put down in here, and when you would press the button, they would flutter. And the very last one that I want to show you is probably my favorite out of the whole bag, and it's a sea pony, and his name is Twinkle. The bottom of them are kind of weighted, so you could actually put these in the bathtub or in water and they would float. Like I mentioned before, there was a small Ziploc bag full of accessories. I did find a pair of shoes, a couple of hats, a saddle, a couple of dresses, and some of the brushes that went with the ponies. So that was great to have that. Last but not least, there was one of these tonka keykeeper snails in the bag. So basically you squeeze the back and you could put money or little keepsakes in here. All right, so that is it. That is the end of my vintage 1980s My Little Pony haul. I hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you in the next.